So for some people this might be a hot take, but low frequencies aren't inherently bad or evil. In past decade there was a lot of talk about being always on top on high frequencies and to avoid bad vibes, low frequencies. So let's define bad vibes, negative vibes, as something that is toxic to you personally, because what's toxic for you might not be toxic for someone else, and low vibrations not always are toxic. This is especially important to know when you're walking left-hand path, or for example when we have laid out this first thing, let's define what high vibration is and what low vibration is. High vibrations are angelic in nature, and when I say angelic, I don't mean angels, I mean the feeling of them. Love, light, gratitude, ecstasy. High vibrations are positive in the means that they bring something of light, of love. Low frequencies are, for example, wrath, anger, dissatisfaction, sadness, generally everything that is associated with energy of yin, darkness, but also groundedness, because energy of earth is actually energy of darkness. Why I say this? It's because matter, earth, is so dense, it does capture light energy inside. Of course we can see this as matter being the prison for spirit, but we can also see this as matter being the container, the vessel of the spirit, the form, sacred form. But there are also lower frequencies than that of our earth and matter, and those, for example, are infernal frequencies, like Clifford, for example. Like, notice how I said that matter is low frequency containing high frequency energy. This is a point of balance in tree of Sephiroth. We call it Malkut. So Malkut is intersecting darkness and light, creating balance point, telling us about nature of human being that is balanced between light and darkness, which signifies the form, because to see the form we need both light and darkness in balance to see the shape of this form. If something has no shadow, it also signifies that it has no physical form. But coming back to low frequencies and how I see them as an alchemist and infernal worker, also Cliffotic witch. So low frequencies are the frequencies of the adversary, the counterbalancing force to light, and they are natural part of our universe, of nature. This is the negative force. Negative it means that it is destroying, decomposing, deconstructing, undoing, and it is as much needed as the high frequency. Without low frequencies we don't have material realm, only would have astral, celestial realm. Positive force of light and love always creates negative force of low frequencies are deconstructed. They are essential in process of and rebirth. Without those low frequencies we cannot deconstruct and rebirth ourselves. Those low frequencies also serve as counter force that allows us to grow. And that's why shadow work is essential, to meet your own low frequencies and let them be the counter force that lets you grow. But also we can discuss it in emotional matters. So the sacredness of those low frequency emotions like rage. Rage is simply how we interpret power to establish boundaries, take back what was stolen, taken without right. Rage is also emotion that is very essential in the process of rising from your own undoing. Sadness, for example, is an emotion with which we can understand that this is darkness in which we are called to rest. And those low and high frequencies also can be toxic, regardless if they are high or low frequency. But what is toxic for you can be not toxic for someone else. There is also a matter of quantity and your ability to adapt. So generally there is a lot of factors here to think about. Simplifying it to high vibes good, low vibes bad is classical trap of dualism that we culturally inherited from, well, our culture division for good and evil things in life. For me personally, it is very important to know that this division to good and bad things should be very personal. You should discern it on your own, what is good and evil for you, in the sense that what is feeding, empowering you, making you grow, and evil as something that is undoing your essence, is toxic for you and doesn't serve your growth. Sometimes it can be that those high frequencies are that bad for you. And in emotional matters, we call it, for example, toxic positivity. Spiritual bypassing through high frequencies, meditating yourself into delusion to avoid meeting with your own shadow and integrating it. So I know this is very chaotic because I can't put my mind to order in any way, but I hope that at least you got inspired to think about those things on your own.